Welcome to In the Fieldhouse, Season 2, Episode 2.
Guys, we're really making it happen.
We are.
I don't know if y'all are noticing this, but you waited a year. You didn't even have to wait a full week
Yeah, that's it.
for another episode.
We're here.
Good job, us.
We're doing it. Yeah.
I'm proud of us.
Little pat on the back.
That's
I
it.
like it.
That's it. All right, guys. Just understand where we're coming from right now. One, the energy in the room is a little down, because the girls wanted to play podcast.
I'm a little angry.
Jim Tarro is fit to be tied.
Yeah, because they messed everything up.
He started pressing buttons and all he could hear were the girls talking gibberish about whatever.
Yeah.
We say the girls is Jenny and her friend, but
Oh, it's still playing. Ready?
ready.
I will prove.
I'm excited. I haven't even heard
Banana. Ballerina cappuccino.
Yeah, this is what they recorded on the sound pads. Thanks, girls. Really appreciate it.
Banana.
Banana, ballerina, cappuccino.
Oh, the brain rot.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
That's where we're at.
And Jim's really hyped me up about this episode. Just y'all know, all of this is a surprise to me, but he has hyped me up. He's like, you're not going to be able to take it. You're not going to be able to take it. He has breadcrumbed me for the past 2 days about this episode.
As I should. So, okay. This stems from a previous guest,
Yo.
a friend, and an active listener and participant.
Yo. That's it.
Our friend Jess. So if you haven't heard her episode, go back and take a listen. I don't remember what episode it is.
Season 1, I'm going to say somewhere around 4 or 5.
Yeah, it's in that range. But definitely go listen to Jess's episode to understand. But she is a former college athlete, a former college ref,
yep,
and now a current mom in the trenches with us all.
In the trenches, baby.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
So Jess had talked to us this weekend and offered an interesting theory, if you will. And her theory is that nothing in youth sports will change until the top changes.
The top being college.
Being college.
NCAA.
Yes.
Oops, the bops and the beeps up tops.
Right. Because her theory is essentially that college is driving, although not always directly driving what some people are doing.
But it is.
But it is.
Dude. It is. If it's not directly driving you, it's directly driving the person that next to you that you're trying to keep up with.
That's exactly
That's really what it is.
right.
Trickle down effect, if you will.
So I kind of, in my undiagnosed ADHD state, I did a deep dive into this to try and understand it.
When did you do the deep dive?
Literally the moment we got back is when I started. So
Saturday night.
11 o'clock at night, I was deep into my phone and YouTube videos and everything else and articles and yeah. So we're going to start at the beginning.
All right.
Because
good place to start.
It is always a great place to start because we've already talked about the money in college.
In season 1.
Check
it out.
You should check that out. But there's been some changes, 1. And number 2, there's some stuff that we didn't know.
Dude, your face. You got this face on. You're so proud.
I'm so proud.
You're so proud.
All right.
Throw it at us, Jim Tarro.
So the thing that everyone's familiar with colleges is scholarships.
Yep.
Right? That seems to be the main driver for a lot.
We're either paying for college now or later.
Right. The reality of it, and this is the statistic that everybody throws around, is that 2% of 2% of high school athletes will get a college scholarship. What we talked about in season 1 is a lot of times those are partial scholarships. They're not full scholarships. Most scholarships are not full scholarships. Mm-hmm. And so generally these athletes will get some sort of, priority admission. They'll get a partial scholarship for athletics and maybe a partial scholarship for academics, but there's still cost on the athlete themselves. Some do go full, most don't. That's the reality. And what we're seeing is families are spending in youth sports as if scholarships are guaranteed, and they're not. That's the reality,
That's the reality.
right?
You're saying like full ride scholarships too.
Yes, I'm talking full ride. And the reality is that in the past 10, 15 years, the odds haven't changed much, but the perceived upside of all of that has changed in a couple of ways. Number one, and I think we talked about this briefly in our previous podcast, but we're going to kind of deep dive into this, is NIL.
Okay.
Okay. What is your understanding of NIL?
Wow. Okay.
No,
I can't even remember what the initials stand for. What is it again?
Name, image, and likeness.
Name, image, and likeness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so I honestly, I thought I understood it, and then I have a better understanding of it now. I certainly am not an expert, but
we'll go for it.
Okay. So NIL started essentially after, looking at my notes, July of 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to that, the NCAA had said basically all college athletes are amateurs and they can't get paid for stuff due to their sports.
Yeah.
Right. So you can't pay an athlete to go sign autographs. You can't.
A college athlete. Yeah.
Yep. You can't pay an athlete to go do a commercial on TV. But in July of 2021, that all changed. And it was due to, of course, multiple lawsuits that kind of culminated. But there was one that really pushed it over the top. But essentially.
Which one?
Oh,
you don't have any notes?
I knew you were going to ask, and I didn't write that particular one down.
It's okay.
Darn.
Keep going.
Anyways, athletes now can earn money from endorsements, appearances, camps, lessons, clinics, social media. Here's the trick, though, and this is the part that I didn't fully understand, but I kind of understood. NIL is not paid from the schools. Okay. The schools are not, and the NCAA was very clear. This is not pay to play. Okay. The school, so let's pick on UNC. UNC is not paying directly under NIL to these kids to come and play. They're still offering a scholarship, but what they do is they say that, well, athletes in our system are generally exposed to these NIL opportunities. And the opportunities are often aggregated by what they call collectives.
Okay. Pause for a second. So what they're saying is nothing's changed in terms of the what they'll get from the school, like from scholarships and stuff like that. What they're saying, this is your exposure. This is what you can use your name, image, likeness for to make your own money?
Yes, but there's like this veil of we're the school and we're not doing anything. But in reality, they're booster clubs, often called collectives, are putting together opportunities for these kids.
So are these collectives, like whenever you say booster club, I think of a group of parents that raises money for a high school or whatever. What are these collectives? Who are they?
So it is the same thing, except on a much larger scale and a lot more commercialized. So UNC, I don't know UNC's specifically, but we'll say Joe Schmo College is a D1 college. And
I don't think Joe Schmo College would be a D1 college. But anyways.
Listen, you never know in today's environment. But Joe Schmo College has a D1 basketball program. They're top 25 in the country. And they're awesome. They're great. And so they have a collective, we'll call it, but they have an organization, a booster club, that organizes NIL activities for the kids.
Mhm.
And I say kids, they're adults at this point.
Yeah, they're
Right.
adults.
So they take these athletes and they say, okay, we're going to have an autograph signing thing. We're going to have an appearance. We're going to have them speaking. We're going to have them go out to this school and that school and talk to these kids and do that stuff. We're going to have, we're going to help organize our top athletes into commercials and paid Instagram
Endorsements.
posts and
Yeah.
all those kinds of things. And so they kind of handle the administration behind that.
Mhm.
And they
They're
are
like player agents, basically.
right. And they are technically not part of the school,
Interesting.
technically,
Okay.
but they are very closely associated with the school.
Mhm.
And they're essentially, they are a single school organization, although they are not the school themselves. So it's not members of the school that are doing this. It is
So it's the school. The school's not paying them. I'm assuming they're
Correct.
getting paid through.
correct. If you're familiar with politics, it's like a PAC, a political action committee.
Yeah.
Very similar kind of framework.
Yeah.
What is
So they get commission basically through whatever they're doing.
how they get paid? I'm not 100% sure.
You should figure that out, Jim Tarro.
That would be interesting. So
I guess I could do some work.
I know you could do something.
It's all right. No, I'm the face. I'm the talent.
I know you are. So what is interesting is these NIL collectives, the kids, I keep calling them kids, the athletes
Mm-hmm.
here are making a lot of money.
Yeah.
A ton through NIL. There are top quarterbacks in NCAA that are earning $4 to $5 million per year.
Wow. Imagine that much money as a college student.
And
That's not good.
just to peek behind the curtain a little here,
Yeah.
I'm going to argue that they're not even college students anymore.
Oh,
But
yeah.
we're not there yet. Anyways, because this is just one bucket,
Okay.
right? We got the scholarship bucket, we got the NIL bucket, and then there is a third bucket that we're going to talk about.
Tell them
in a
about that
moment.
third bucket, baby.
We're not there. So the NIL, they value a lot of these NIL deals, and they are essentially administered by a newly created organization called the CSC, which is College Sports Commission, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And they said that in 2024, the College Sports Commission approved 12,000 NIL deals, which equated to, I have the number. Stand by. It's a lot. It's a shocking amount. It's I don't know, 2 billion, something like that. It's a shocking amount of money. Stand by, because this is important. This is central to what we're talking about, and I don't want to misquote this.
While we wait,
Okay.
come to the field house. We've got batting cages. We've had a lot of availability on Sunday mornings, or a good amount of Sunday mornings.
Okay.
Mondays, Thursdays, good time to come in. If you're not a team renting, you should come. We're going to be looking at clinics at the end of March, most likely. And stay informed. Find us on Facebook. Find us on Instagram at thefieldisri.com.
All right. I like it. Little I don't where I know I have that number here somewhere. It's a lot. It's a shocking amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
And just to bring it to the softball world for a second, we have our first softball player with an NIL deal over $1 million.
Really? Can I guess?
Yeah.
Someone in college?
Yeah. It has to be because it's NIL.
I know. Relax. I'm trying to think. Is it Carlin Pickens?
No.
No. Is it? All right, who?
You know the name. She's a pitcher.
Wait.
She made $1 million last year. She's making 1.2 this year.
Hold on.
Texas Tech.
No, I knew it was her. I can't think of her name.
I'm gonna butcher her name, but it's
Yeah.
Nigeria Kennedy.
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 Kennedy?
I don't really 100% know,
Okay,
but I mean
continue.
she's
Yep.
fantastic,
Yeah.
and she's getting paid all the money. But I mean, we have multiple athletes that are making millions and millions of dollars. Now, what's important with NIL, like I said, is the college is not paying directly for any of it.
Mm-hmm.
They're just allowing it to happen, and they're allowing their collectives and booster clubs to kind of administer those opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll leave it at that. Now, like I said, there is a third bucket, and that is a brand new bucket for this year, and that is direct revenue sharing.
Okay, what's that?
Okay, so in June of this year, June 2025. Oh no, we're in 2026. So in June of 2025,
Mm-hmm.
there was a collection of lawsuits. There were 3 of them, but the main one that everyone talks about is called House versus the NCAA, and it's not like the House of the United States or House of Congress. It's actually there's a swimmer named House, and essentially what they were suing for was antitrust, saying that NCAA and all these colleges are making all this money, and they are keeping that money from the athletes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a violation of antitrust laws, and they won.
Okay.
So what is now allowed is the colleges, for the first time in history, are allowed to do direct revenue sharing with the kids. So they are now capped per college if they opt into this system, which they don't have to, but most are, at $20.5 million. So before, prior, old system was, and I'm going to use softball for an example because I have the numbers for softball. I have other numbers too, but we're going to start with softball. Softball, as an NCAA Division I team, you were limited to 12 scholarships.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Under the new system, there is no scholarship limit.
Oh.
But there is a roster limit, which there was not before. So
Okay.
before, you could have 100 people on your team.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's obviously game day limits, but you could have 100 people on your team.
Yeah.
But you only had 12 scholarships. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, most of those scholarships, like we talked about before, were partial.
Yeah.
You know, so you would have 20-something people on the team. You had maybe 3 or 4 that were on full ride. The rest were all getting partials. That's really how the math worked. Today, under the new system, that number is 25. They are limited to 25 roster spots.
Mm-hmm.
They could fund all 25 full ride.
Yeah.
100%. Never been allowed before.
Mm-hmm.
But as a school, under the new system, they have $20.5 million to allocate to direct payments in addition to the scholarships to the kids. I say kids again. They're grown adults now. Man, I'm old. I turned 40. I'm calling them all
Those
kids.
Getting a full ride to college. Back in my day, I had to pay for it.
So in addition to the scholarships, they are now getting direct revenue sharing. So the schools are now essentially negotiating a salary on top of their scholarship.
Wow.
So
just because so much money is rolling in from being able to market these kids.
Yes.
These athletes.
But let's talk about a
contagious.
little reality for a second. You ready for this fact? This one blew my socks off. I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was this bad. We're going to ask. Let's see how much you know of this particular topic. Out of all of the NCAA athletic programs,
Mm-hmm.
how many of those programs are fully self-funded? In other words, how many of those programs, if they were a separate business, would stay open without outside funding?
It's tough because you did kind of talk about this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say 0.
It's not 0.
Ah, thought we were going for real shock value.
Yeah, that would be crazy. But the answer is only 8% of college
8%, okay.
athletic programs are 100% self-funded.
Mm-hmm.
The other 92% rely on revenue from the college that they're at
As a whole.
or directly from the NCAA, because the
Mhm.
NCAA funds the colleges and it comes to the programs or whatever. But what the NCAA had to testify in front of Congress, I believe it was, but at least there was a report from the Government Accountability Office, and they found that 37% of revenue from these programs is actually from the colleges. And at least on average, 7% of that comes directly from the tuition of kids.
Yeah.
So now here's the reality of this new revenue sharing program is that it's now costing colleges significantly more money because that money doesn't come from nowhere.
Yeah.
Right. And so what we're seeing is Florida, this is brand new. This is like hot off the presses. I say that, but maybe a couple months old. But Florida has now, as an emergency measure, allowed schools to dip into their auxiliary funding that they have, like in whatever, they get all the alumni donations and all that just
the miscellaneous line item.
Yes. But they're allowing them to dip into that to now pay these direct sharing up to, I think it's like $25 million or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then in Louisiana, they're actually, their government is talking about raising sports betting taxes in order to pay for these direct revenue sharing programs at their state colleges.
Dude, I'm kind of behind that. Sorry, everyone in the sports betting world.
No, I understand it. But, okay. So those are the 3 buckets we're seeing. Okay. And there's one other thing I wanted to talk about. And that is
also a bucket.
This is kind of a bucket. This is a auxiliary bucket.
Gallon bucket.
This isn't a place where money is coming from or going to.
Okay.
But it is this, I think it's central to this entire argument. And that is recruiting.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the kind of landscape currently. You have limits,
Mm-hmm.
right? Colleges, for the most part, are not allowed to directly contact an athlete in high school until somewhere between June and September following their sophomore year of high school.
Mm-hmm.
Now, actually, hockey allows it in January of their sophomore year, but the rest of the sports generally fall in that June to September.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's where that kind of goes off the rails, I think. We know athletes
Mm-hmm.
that are in high school or earlier that are being they're not being contacted by colleges.
Acknowledged.
But they're seeing the presence of a college.
You say not being contacted. Yeah, they are.
They cannot be legally contacted. I say legally, but they within the rules of the
for
NCAA,
recruiting purposes.
For recruiting. But colleges can go follow them on social media,
Mm-hmm.
can like their posts. They aren't allowed to comment, which is funny.
Yeah.
So they aren't allowed to comment. They can offer them spots in camps. And then that is where the biggest loophole is. They're allowed to have these camps and allowed to have whatever kids they want there, and they can directly instruct those kids.
So they can.
They can, but they can't. They can't talk about offering them scholarships. They can't talk about NIL. They can't talk about direct revenue sharing. But they can do all those other things.
Yeah.
So they're reaching lower and lower and lower. Like when we were in school, you really didn't hear about colleges reaching past juniors
Mm-hmm.
in high school.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now we are frequently
Mm-hmm.
hearing about colleges reaching into middle school.
Ugh. Yeah.
And I don't have a source for it because I did read it, but there are reports of colleges reaching deeper. Again, these are not direct conversations, but their presence is felt. So in the softball world,
Mm-hmm.
we see kids go to these showcase tournaments.
Yeah. Yeah.
And at the end of these showcase tournaments, the kids and the parents and the coaches get a report of what college recruiters were at what games, who looked at your profile. And then the kids are also on social media, so they see, oh my God, UNC liked my photo, or UNC started following me, and they're getting excited, and understandably so. So they're feeling the pressure earlier and earlier and earlier. And on top of that, the money is real and bigger than ever.
Mm-hmm. In my mind, it only goes up from here, like anything else.
Yeah. I think I've figured out why your mic's being weird, by the way.
Why?
Because it's facing across your mouth instead of directly towards your mouth. There you go. Problem fixed.
Nope.
It's there.
Just happened again.
Because you're talking soft, that's why. Anyways, so all of this being said, like I said, they're reaching earlier and earlier and earlier. And the money is real and it's bigger than ever.
Mm-hmm.
I think that what we're seeing in youth sports is not irrational. It is actually a rational response to a system that is placing the pressure on parents and on athletes.
Yeah, it is. It is. It just makes me sad that they're putting so much into those 4 years of college.
Yeah.
Think of how much is leading up to those 4 years in college. And then a lot of them get to that place that they wanted to go and then go into the portal.
Oh, the portal.
Because they're like, man, this wasn't really what I wanted. I was talking to a player recently who has been recruited after a long this individual is a senior in high school, has committed to where she wants to go, and they don't even have the program that she wants. But she says, I'll figure it out. That's okay. I'll just do this instead because I want to go play for them. And it's like, but dude, that's not what you're going there for.
But can you blame her?
No, I can't. Yeah. I get it, because your entire adolescence has been building up until getting recruited for your sport. Like, I just can't. And it's one of those things I'm like, oh, you're going to like get into debt. Because even as, I don't remember if it was D2 or D3, but even as D2 or D3, your life is revolving around the sport still.
Sure.
And it's so hard for me to hear that, because I'm happy that she's happy, and I'm happy that she got what she's been wanting for a long time, or what all of her programs have been building up to. But I just don't want it to be lost once you get there. Be like, right, what was I doing all this for?
Yeah.
That makes me so nervous, and I just feel bad. But it's wild that like that's the expectation that we're setting. That is what you should be doing. That's where you should be. That's what you should be focusing on with your future. And I think I'm like, how much money are you making off of this now too? Like, not many people are going into this. They play a sport, and then when they graduate, oh well, now I'm making tons of money. No, especially females.
Yeah, there's nothing.
There's nothing.
There's the WNBA.
Yeah, I mean, we're in a professional softball league is just starting right now, and we have no idea where it's going to fall, how successful it's going to be. But even what is the top grossing salary for someone in WNBA, NBA?
Currently like 260.
Yeah,
think.
which is, I mean, for a normal person, it's great.
Yeah.
You know, but in the grand scheme of athletics,
It's nothing.
it is nothing.
But it's, you know, bigger discussion, but that's because there's no revenue being generated by the WNBA. Different topic, but
Yeah, different topic, especially since, you know, players hate on Caitlin Clark, and she is the one bringing it all in, baby.
Don't
Bringing it all
even get
in.
me started.
I know.
Oh boy,
But
I want to get controversial.
Oh.
We can go right down that road.
I know.
But anyways, I can't. I'm just at the point now where like, and I'm gonna say it. 2-3 days ago, I was like, these parents are crazy, and now I'm like, they're actually not.
Well, no,
They're not.
no. I mean, no. I can feel it. Yeah, in our everyday with our children playing sports and doing extracurriculars and all that. I see it. I see all the time and money that people put into youth sports or youth activities.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I get why they want more out of their investment. But it's a big picture. What is it all for? Type of thing. You know, make sure that you have a backup plan for what your kid's going to do, and also, does your kid know that their mental health and physical health is more important than their sport that they're playing?
Yeah.
Do they truly know that?
Yeah.
Because that is something that makes me very worried, that the big picture and the big plan is not taking care of yourself and your health, physical and mental as a whole.
Sure.
So that's really what makes me nervous about this whole thing. Like, what in their identity? What if you get injured in junior year of high school, senior year of high school, or when you get to college and then boom, now you're injured. Guess what? You're injured. Now you're not worth anything to them.
Nothing.
And that's what breaks my heart. The reality of what you are to them, which is you're not generating any money. You're not worth anything to them.
And let's talk, just kind of bring it back to that direct revenue sharing.
Mm-hmm.
So there's never been a tie between how well you do on the athletic field and how much money you're getting from NIL per se. I mean, there's like an indirect tie. Like obviously the better you do, the better, the more NIL deals you're going to get.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But there are athletes that are out there that don't perform nearly as high as their NIL deals because they are just, a magnetic personality.
Yeah.
That,
well, that's it. Personality. Being able to talk to people, being able to entertain in your own right. Like that's a huge part of of making money.
But now with direct revenue sharing, and the details haven't come out, but I can guarantee you there are colleges that are going to tie your actual performance on the athletic field with how much money you're getting in direct compensation from that college. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that happens in professional sports. Why isn't it going to happen here? Because let's face it, we've taken college athletics and we have now made it professional sports. It's what it is.
Yeah.
It's what it is. You can say these are...
You can say it's semi-professional.
You can say that all day, but it's not.
No, in terms of people's interest,
it's not even a question. It is professional sports now. These kids are getting paid a ton of money to do it, and rightfully so.
Mm-hmm.
But is it college? And that's kind of my hot take, is that college just should be completely out of... I know this is like, I don't know.
Pie in the sky.
Pie in the sky, but college should just be completely out of the game of college athletics. Out of athletics.
Say that one more time.
College should be completely out of the game of athletics.
What do you mean?
Like college and sports should just not even be in the same realm.
You're saying the academic part of college and then the athletic part of college should not be linked.
Correct.
Okay. Got it.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, and it would be great. I would love to investigate further how much academics they really are getting whilst being a D1 college athlete
Sure.
in, in these high conference leagues,
Mm-hmm.
because it can't be, the quality of education can't be,
No.
you can't, it can't be the same.
No, it has nothing to do with that. So again, my theory based on Jess's theory
Yeah.
now is that parents are just reacting to the situation. That's
Mhm.
all. They are, and in return, the kids and the athletes themselves are reacting to a changing situation. So, Jess, I 100% agree with you. Probably nothing changes until the top changes.
Yeah, and the top won't change if the top keeps making this much money off of it, like,
No.
and if this is the way to keep their program self-sustaining.
Well, they're
They
not
won't.
self-sustaining. That's
Yeah.
that is the interesting part, though, is they're not self-sustaining, not even a little bit, because really what they're doing is they're taking these programs that are not self-sustaining, but they're using them as marketing.
Mhm.
They're using them as alumni relations. They're using them as a way to stay relevant and to keep their status. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's essentially all just marketing, right? So they're looking at, okay, yeah, we're spending, we're losing, call it $100 million a year on athletics, but really it's marketing. That's
Yeah.
where that is.
Yeah.
And that's the reality. And so now we're all going to, all of our kids are going to be going to college, paying $100,000 a year to go to a college.
Listen, if they make it that far, if their bodies stay intact long enough.
I'm not even saying for athletics. I'm just saying to go to college.
Oh, to physically attend.
Physically attend college.
Got it.
I mean,
we can go all day at college, the system in general. But
yeah, and that's kind of my point, is like, this is all of this is in support of college? Question mark? Like, of what?
yeah.
That's kind of where,
Of what for what?
of what for what? Yeah.
And it's funny because I had a conversation this weekend with a friend of ours, and he was talking about how his job he does now. We had a couple conversations this weekend about even the major that you go in doesn't necessarily equate to you making more money, because you can major in communications and do something completely different.
Yeah.
Or do something so far away from your actual major and still make good money.
The vast majority of people are using their college degree to check a checkbox
On the resume.
for HR.
So that HR takes their resume to the next step.
That's it.
That's really it. And it's funny because, again, a friend of ours, he was talking about, he's like, certifications are what got me here, not my college degree.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Like specifically like OSHA certifications.
Yeah,
and things like that.
Yep.
He's like, you rack those up on your company's dime, and then you put them on your resume and you can resume out.
Right.
So.
And that makes sense.
Yeah.
But we have a system we have this entire top-down system of athletics that is reaching down to the lowest levels, into elementary school, pre-elementary school kids playing sports, pay to play, right?
Yep.
Because it's not little Johnny going to the, town field playing baseball anymore, right?
You talking about Sandlot?
Well,
Are you saying Sandlot, or are you saying?
No, I'm saying, like, it's not little Johnny's parents paying $20 for a season.
Yeah.
For
a rec season.
For a rec season for the kid to have a t-shirt and play baseball. It is now, whoa, little Johnny is 5 years old. He's joined our 6U travel team. And then in order to keep up with said team, you need to go get lessons. You need to go get strength training. You need to go
Yeah.
get classroom
So when you're
sessions.
10 years old, you're already that far behind. If
Yeah.
you don't do that, that's what kills me. I mean, I think that's what we talk about that all the time.
But it's like you have this system that's just putting pressure,
Mhm.
and what it's really doing is it's putting pressure on the top 2%.
Yeah.
We'll call it the top 5%, right? The top 5% of athletes are the ones that are going to college and playing. And the system is putting pressure on them to specialize earlier. And so in order for their friends and their peers to play with them, they also have to specialize earlier and earlier and earlier. And we're left with the system where it's like it's a race to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like the youth sports arms race.
Yeah.
That's what this is, right? I mean, call it game chicken, but it's the youth sports arms race. It's everybody is trying to specialize earlier. Everyone is trying to push the limit further, and everybody is just trying to keep up with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's it. Because if you don't, then your kid, there's no opportunity for your kid to play anymore. Because let's face it, you get to 7th, 8th grade, and those rec opportunities disappear.
Yeah.
They're gone. In high school, in our area, and I think most areas of the country, there is not recreational sports activities anymore.
Yeah.
They don't exist.
Yeah. Very, very rarely do they exist. I mean, we're lucky in our league that we are going to have an 18U team for the spring.
But that's one team.
Oh, yeah, I know. And I'm saying 18U, it's 14U and 18U. It's
Right.
a combined. Like, it's
Right.
not, because you can play up, but you can't play down.
But when you and I grew up, there was your one team was actually 4 or 5 or 6 teams, and you guys all played each other.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist anymore.
No,
It's not there.
And definitely not within your town. If you're playing anyone, you're playing in a town next to you, because you're playing that one team of a co-op of 2 towns.
Right.
You know, again, to be able to play.
Yeah.
And again, if you think of the middle school softball, like they had 40 plus travel players, like 45 players in general, and then 45 players in general. 40 of them are on travel team for not even 20 spots.
Yeah.
How do you do that? You know, how do you do that? That is, how do you choose, you know, all of these kids that are putting so much time
and effort
and
money.
effort and money and whatever, and like they don't make the team. And you know, maybe in other towns they would have, maybe, but it's because you're all forced into the travel league, and then, you know, now we have 40 kids trying out.
Yeah.
Like, it's wild. But then you look at it, I mean, it's wild. It's too bad, because, you know, how do you tell a kid who is putting that much time and effort into that one sport that you're not good enough to play? But it's like, you're doing that, but it's because every other kid is doing it as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
That's the reality of today.
Yeah. Crazy.
I have no other words other than it sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. It sucks. And I feel bad for the kid. I'm like, I'm happy that they have something. You know, it's way better to have a sport than to have a nothing to do after school and get into trouble.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. But also, when you don't have as much as a clear way to move forward.
Right.
That's tough.
Yeah. That's it.
That's tough. But all right.
That's all the depressing news I have.
I know.
Today.
Let's like wrap this up, dude. We don't want to bring anyone down.
Man.
Jeez Louise.
But really, like, it's, you know, the past 2 days I've gone on this absolute tear of looking into all this stuff, and I'm just like, oh my God, it feels unstoppable. It's like, you know,
unstoppable, unattainable. What are you sacrificing trying to attain this such a lofty goal of, you know, like, that's like,
but we cannot rationalize, we cannot talk to, because there are kids that are playing sports, and there are kids that are getting these giant NIL deals and revenue sharing and scholarships. And there's kids that are making $5 million a year. That is a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Real thing. So, and just to put that in perspective for just a hot second, the quarterback that's making roughly $5 million a year, right? That's what they make rookie year in the NFL.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
So like now kids may stay in college longer, which I guess is great,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a real thing. So now you can go to college and, and make the same amount of money you're making in the NFL
Yeah.
or near the same
True.
amount. And it's wild. It's wild. And it hurts my soul and I'm sad.
Oh, I know. I'm still like, honestly, I'm still kind of digesting the whole thing.
That's it. And honestly, this is a discussion. And you know, you're hearing my perspective on most of this.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously I'm trying to give you as many facts as I can, but they're being filtered through my bias and my perspective. But I want to dive deeper into it and I want to understand it more. And I'd love to hear from somebody who's on the other side of this who says, no, this is actually really good. Because I do see why it's good that kids make money from things that they are generating revenue on. I do see that and I understand it and I appreciate it.
I do see it, appreciate, and support it.
Right.
To an extent.
But where's the line?
Where's the line is the question. Because I do remember I don't remember what we were watching. Maybe what was the show that we watched? The football show, the college football show.
I can't remember. He was a running back.
But remember, they were talking about, he's like, I don't have any money to be able to buy food. Like, it's like 10 o'clock at night. The dining hall is closed.
Yeah.
And I'm hungry.
He called his coach and said, I'm going to do something stupid. And the coach went and broke NCAA rules and brought him some Taco Bell.
Yeah.
That was a real story.
Yeah. And it's what, like, and in that case, you have, I mean, again, and you have athletes coming from all walks of life.
Yeah.
Some are able to afford food at 10 o'clock at night. Some are not. So this is a great opportunity for them. But then if we walk down the line a little bit and think that the students that are in the situation now, student athletes that are in the situation now, where that individual, for example, who couldn't afford to get his own food at 10 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
If he were a child now, would he even have a fighting chance?
No.
Right?
Maybe.
Because he's not starting. I can't, if you're that bent up for money, are you able to join the rec league at 6U and then a competitive team at 10U and then go through that entire process, the hotels, the competitive fees, all of that? Could you do that?
Athletes will always get found, right? If you are a pure just specimen of an athlete, you will always get found. But because that skill gap is pushing lower and lower and that skill gap is widening, you're having, I would argue, kids that don't have the opportunity for, like you said, for lessons, to be on that travel team, clinics, to do all that, the clinics, all that stuff, that maybe they aren't the top athlete in the country, but maybe they're like that mid-level, they have no shot. They're done for. And there is an argument that with the new revenue sharing program, that it's actually allowing colleges to give more scholarships, which is good.
Good. Yes.
But it's also bad. And here's the other side of that. Because I didn't even talk about this. Because before, if you went to a college that had a good program and you decided, okay, I am going to walk on to this college team, right? You could do that. Yeah. You could try and walk on. You could try and try out. But guess what? Now there's 25 spots. And guess what? If you're not good, you're not getting on. And so therefore, they are recruiting for all 25 of those spots, because the other reality is this transfer portal is pushing kids in and out so fast that they have to have good kids sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
They have to. They can't just have Jane Doe who walked on and, can play softball, is pretty good. But they need to have absolute talent sitting on that bench for when their top talent says, hey, you know what? I was getting, $300,000 a year from this school, but this school just offered me $1 million a year. That's where I'm going.
Yeah. Well, and I wonder too, they're going to have quality freshmen
Sure.
on the bench.
Uh-huh.
But the freshmen are going to stay there for their freshman year.
And they're gone.
And they're going to leave.
See ya.
Why wouldn't they?
Why wouldn't they? I would too.
Unless there was a line of seniors that were going out.
Mm-hmm.
I want to play, bro.
Yeah.
I want to play. I'm going to make more money if I play.
Right. So
my name, image, and likeness is more important.
Exactly.
I make more money off of that if I'm actually playing.
It is pushing these athletes to get more exposure for themselves so that they can get more NIL money or get more revenue sharing. But it's also pushing everyone to have no allegiance to anyone.
Yeah. Loyalty's dead.
Loyalty doesn't exist.
Dude, loyalty is dead now in the lower region.
Yeah.
Region, you know what I'm saying? In youth sports now, loyalty is dead.
And can you blame the parents? Because those kids and those parents need the exposure or think
it's the snowball effect.
I know.
It's a snowball effect. If my kid doesn't get the work in now, they're never going to learn the skills. And they don't learn the skills, they're not going to be in the first string on the team. If they're not first string on the team, they're not going to be noticed. If they're not noticed, they're not going to go to college. If they're not going to college, it's not going to get paid for.
Right.
There it is.
That's it.
There it is.
And that's my point. And that is my entire thesis, thanks to Jess's thesis, which is that none of this is irrational. It is just a rational reaction to a system that is punching and pushing down further and further and further. So that's my TED Talk.
There you go. I think we're good.
I think we beat this horse.
Yeah, we beat the horse is dead.
The horse is dead.
The horse is
we brought
dead.
it back to life. We beat it again.
We shocked it. It ran a little bit more, and now it's going back down.
I agree. We're gonna follow this up. I have some ideas of where we can go from here, from a podcast perspective. That's what I got.
All y'all can noodle for the next week. Until next week.
Any ideas? Bring them forward. All right.